Today we're going to be running a wire into the kitchen to install a 220 volt 20 amp outlet. We're not going to finish this today. We're not going to put the box in, put the outlet in, wire it up, connect it to the panel, etc. I just want to run the cord today. It's fairly warm out today. Right now it's 60.8 degrees. But the sun is very strong, so it feels pretty nice out. So I want to get outside and take care of some things in the yard while we have the relatively nice weather. But I also need to get some progress made on this project as well. Putting the box in with the outlet and connecting it to the breaker panel, that's just like a quick, any random day after work project. But running the cable, it takes some effort. So we've got two cameras set up, and we're going to use both cameras for the video. I'll bring one of them downstairs and we'll have a shot from below and a shot from above, as opposed to bringing the camera up and down the stairs constantly. So the first thing we got to do here is, I guess I'll give you a view on that camera as well, instead of just looking at what I was looking at. We have to find out where along the wall the stud is. There's one right there, so I suspect there's going to be one right here. Yep. So when we see the wire downstairs, we want to drill to the right of it, assuming that the wire is tacked on this stud and goes right down. I'm not really sure if we can assume that, but that would be the most logical thing to think. Let's go downstairs. We're going to have to take a stop in the garage first. I need to grab some more tools. We're going to need to grab the drop light and the drill. It's not too bad today. The sun is very strong. Let me clean up the leaves again. And I want to seal up the garage exhaust fan and the garage air conditioner today as well. Oh, I forgot about this. Okay. We're going to need the right angle drill. We need a battery that goes with it. We're going to use 12-2 cable, which I believe should fit inside a 1/2 inch. No, not a 1/2, a 3/4. It should fit inside a 3/4. Probably would fit inside a 5/8, but a smaller hole is more difficult to feed through. And doing this by myself is going to be kind of a challenge as it is. I need something else too. The drop light. And where is the cable? Hopefully it's inside somewhere. I don't. This is not it. This is all 14-2. That's 14-2. Yeah, hopefully it's inside. I guess I really should have tried to gather all the materials prior to the starting of the recording. Oh well, this typical fashion. It's got to be downstairs. up here anywhere. This is where we're going to be working, right in this bay. I believe that this is the wire. It looks like a 12-2. That wire should be going up to the existing 120 20 amp out that's there. And the location is about right, because this wire goes up towards the left side of the island, which would put the outlet somewhere right around here, which is correct. So I was afraid I was going to have to take this whole shelf out and everything and make a mess, but I think if I just take one or two of the radios down, then that'll be sufficient access. Now I also need a ladder, so you can take a look at these nice lamps while I go get the ladder. Ladder, but I don't see the wire. This is not good. I know I bought it, I just bought it last week. I have no idea where the wire is. I don't see it anywhere. Because it's got to be in the garage. found the wire. So now we can proceed. So we'll pull a couple things out from behind here, just so we don't knock anything over in the process. And I'll just take this top boombox down. I'm going to cut that wire out because we don't need that anymore. That's officially out of service. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of that and I'm going to use that to push up through the hole, because the Romex does go up through the ceiling considerably easier, or not up to the ceiling, up through the wall when there's insulation, considerably easier than the BX does. So if I can fish up that cable, this Romex piece, and then go back through to tie the BX to it and pull it through that way, that should save a lot of time. Take this piece of wire down for a long time. because he's so unsightly. Alright, that's enough of a piece to work with for this project. We're not going to be reusing this wire. This is from the flaky electrician that worked downstairs here, and I don't trust anything he did or supplied. So we'll just use this to reinstall this piece of new wire, and that will just get turned in for scrap. I don't know how dirty this is going to be. We might have to vacuum up here and clean it out. We'll find out momentarily. I did vacuum it when I put these shelves in, so it should be relatively clean, but what lives behind here is anybody's guess. I think I'm actually going to I want to tape something to the wall there to catch all the dirt. I'll take a pellet bag up here. Because I think that there might be something gross behind whatever this is. This insulation, who knows what's behind there. I've never cleaned behind there. I want to take all of it out and replace it with styrofoam insulation because it's easier to clean. Okay, now where's the tape? Of course, this is like the thinnest roll of tape imaginable. Actually seems to be sticking to the wall pretty good. Hopefully this will reduce some of the contamination that gets over here. Alright, that's good enough. Okay, so that stinks. It looks like we might have to move over to the next beam and go up through that way, because that is right on the edge, and I don't know if we're going to be able to get it in there. This is somewhat of a predicament. I don't know if this is if I'm gonna be able to do it from this side, because if I can't go over to the left anymore, because it will you'll hit the beam, the wall stud. So this is not gonna work. I gotta go from the one over, which now makes this a bit of a fiasco, because I'm gonna have to take a whole bunch of stuff off the shelf. Oh man, that stinks. Well, that's what it'd be. Oh, I thought this was gonna be easy. The only thing I could do is I could pull this wire out and drill the hole bigger and put both wires through it, but that's not going to be easier than just taking all this stuff off the shelf and moving over. Alright, well, it is what it is. This insulation actually doesn't look too bad. I don't see any mouse poop or anything on there, so we're going to put it back. This area, as far as I know, has never been infested with mice. At least not that I'm aware of. It's the garage area that was infested with mice. I still don't like this, even just for the case of like spiders and so forth. But we'll just put it back for now. Okay. Now I'm dreading this project. There's all sorts of stuff on the ceiling here. Like, it's not a clear pass. I suppose I could run it down and under the beam. Maybe I'll do that. I wanted to run it through this particular bay because it's pretty open. It would be an easy run. Well, maybe this won't be too bad. I think I might be able to work with the shelf in the way. We'll see. Definitely gonna have to cover up this whole area with the pellet bags. Hello? Stupid. What's the point of calling and not saying anything? Alright, I think that should keep this area pretty clean. Alright, so we're going to have to go up just kind of like right over there. It's going to be a tough reach because I can't really get closer than like 2 feet away from the wall. This is not going to be fun, but we'll get it done. We'll get it. I wonder if I should vacuum here as I do this to try to keep the dust down, because the dust will end up getting everywhere. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get vacuum.
just the battery. We got through. Yep, that feels like insulation. We're through. Oh no. It's got a clog in it somewhere. Not good. Okay, so we've got the hole through here now. We seem to survive the whole process without making a total mess, which is good. And so now, let's see, now we got to go upstairs. We got to cut the hole in the wall, and then we'll feed the wire up through here. Turn that off for the moment. Here we are upstairs, and we're going to move that over a little bit. Trace in the size of the box onto the wall. Try to match the height of this other box.
Make sure I didn't go over too far. Nope, there's the stud there. That is right there. Wow. That's kind of weird though. It's almost like right on it. No, this is just reading it wrong. It's right there, so actually that makes sense. Okay. That's right about here. So we should be fine. We should probably cover the, I have to put a pellet bag up here too. I have tape in this drawer. I have tape in this drawer. Thicker tape. Do I have a pellet bag though? That's the next question. The answer is no. I don't want this all getting into the baseboard here. That should catch most of it. Yeah, turn that ceiling fan off. It's throwing the dust right back over the place. I've ever done this on video with the right tool. Finally got one. insulation in there at least, that's nice. Look at that. Power of the right tools. Excellent. Okay, so now we just have to get a wire to come through this hole. Actually, a lot of insulation in this wall. I'm kind of surprised. It feels like some of the walls in this house are not even insulated.
So now we're going to take this piece of Romex wire and we're going to I'm going to bend the top down like a hook. I'm going to close it completely so that we have a rounded edge like this. And I'm going to feed it up the wall like this. And the hope is that this will push the insulation out of the way as it goes up. It's wishful thinking, but it might work. I've done it plenty of times before. You have to make sure that it stays straight. A little bit of curve on it like that to get it up against the wall. I don't really know where the end of the wall actually is in relation to this hole. You know, I kind of feel like this is just coming out under the, like the kitchen radiator or something. It's going way too easy.
Nope, it did not come out under the radiator. It's definitely in the wall. I bet it's underneath the, I have a feeling it's underneath, I felt it stop. I bet it hit the box of the other one. Because if it stopped, this should be right there.
Why the heck is it still going?
It should have stopped. Should have hit the windowsill.
Yeah, this is not going to be easy. It could be doing a multitude of things. It could be on the other side of the insulation. Could be too far over here. Could be too far over there. I'll play with this for another maybe 15 minutes. And if I can't get it, I'm just going to call my uncle and see if he can get it, because he's pretty good at this. You know what I think happened? I bet it's just like this in the wall. I don't think it actually traveled to the top, because that's what's happening as I feed this down. Yeah, it's getting stuck on the... I'm not going to get this. The insulation is too thick. I need a proper snake, which I don't have. I'm not gonna get it. Alright, I'll just call my uncle and I'll do it with him. Because he'll do this in 3 minutes. I don't want to waste the whole day playing with this. Alright, well this is a semi-fail. We'll get it, just not during this particular video. Try it one more time. If it doesn't show up, that's it. Actually, you know what I should do? I should try it with this piece of wire instead. Because this is much stronger. This probably has a better chance of pushing through.
try this 14 or this 12. This 12-2 instead. This actually might do it. This is much sturdier.
You just have to make sure we get in front of all that insulation. Oh, what the heck? Some metal just came out of there. I feel like it's not feeding. Yeah, I just felt it bend. It's just bending at this point. It's not feeding straight anymore. There it goes. It just bent again. So that, yeah, it's not good either.
It's getting stuck right towards the end.
It's probably at least up to there, maybe. I don't think it's that far down, but without a snake, I'm not gonna. Actually, is that it? I might feel it. No, that's the BX cable for the outlet, the 20 amp outlet. Maybe that's what's getting stuck on then. That's the bottom of the outlet, okay. Yeah, I don't feel it. I can't feel it anywhere in there. Alright, that's it. I'm gonna call it. I'll do this with my uncle, he'll get it done in 3 minutes. So this is semi-failed. We made progress because now I have the hole in the wall, the hole is drilled downstairs. So we made progress, but not as much as I would have liked. I tried to accomplish some things outside, but it really just wasn't happening. I tried to cover the air conditioner in the garage, and it's just so windy. I couldn't get the stinking cover on because as soon as I get one side tied down, the wind gets under the other side and blows it off, and I go to, it was not possible. So we'll try again tomorrow or whatever. I did get it caulked up though, so that's good. It's airtight now. And I boarded up the exhaust fan, so that's airtight now, or mostly airtight. And then I tried to pick up some of the leaves, and I really couldn't do that for long either because it was so dusty. It wasn't even necessarily dust from the machine. It just, there's dust in general in the air because it's so dry. It hasn't rained here in about 2 months. We're in a severe drought, which I think a lot of people aren't talking about it too much because we're kind of past the growing season and the trees are dropping their leaves anyway, so we're not like feeling the effects of it necessarily in terms of plants and vegetation, but it's bad. The government has put out a ban on any types of fires outside. You can't use campfire, you can't even use like a gas fire pit or even a barbecue grill. No open flames outside. There are wildfires in pretty much every state at this point as far as I know it. Not necessarily active, but some have happened. But yeah, there's just so much dust in the air because it's so dry. I kept getting stuff in my eyes and my snout was blocked, and I would have had to wear airtight goggles and a respirator to successfully accomplish that task in a remotely healthy way. So I just forget that, deal with that some other day too. So I come back inside, and while I'm covered in dust already, I says, let me try this one more time. And I says, I'm going to take the BX cable And even though the BX cable is much more apt to get caught on the insulation, it's much stiffer and stronger. So I said, I'm going to try to just brute force it up the wall and see what happens. So I jam it up the wall, and lo and behold, I come upstairs and it's right in the hole. So this is done now. So we're going to go back downstairs. We're going to tack up the wire on the ceiling, get it over to the box, and then that's a good stopping point where I can clean up all the tools, put the stuff back on the shelf, clean up the floor, put the insulation back, and then, you know, after work tomorrow or whatever, I will just start working on the outlets, and then once I have all the outlets in place, then I'll go in a breaker box and tack everything in at once.
I had very little confidence in that actually working, so I didn't fish the wire through everywhere else first, which I really should have, because now I have to move the wire past the 2x4 there, because I want it to run down this bay. Oh well, I didn't want to take a few minutes. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Now, for some reason that's not known to me, the wire for that 20 amp that's already there comes over to here, and then it goes into this box, and then it goes into the breaker. And I'm pretty sure it's just a joint. I don't think it splits and goes anywhere. So I don't know why it's like that. But yeah, that's just the way it is. So we have to run it over through there, that whatever those metal things are, and then we have to, you know, go over to the beam there. So not too bad. I've had a lot of people tell me that Romex is easier to work with. I don't agree with that at all. If this was Romex, this would be a kinked disaster by now. Plus, I feel like you can really rip this through the walls and around corners, and it's not gonna matter. It's not gonna break or anything. Like, I would never do this to Romex. I'd like to replace this also, this old wire and that old outlet. It's not essential to do it before Christmas time, but I sure would like to. Can't make this stuff up. You don't have to. It already exists. This is going to get a little dodgy over here because there's not a lot of space left on this beam to put things. This white wire will go away, so we don't have to worry about trying to fit that on there. But might be able to squeeze it in right there. It's going to be close, but we don't really have much of a choice. I'm going to have to put it right there. Oh, I thought the camera was still over here. I didn't realize that was all out of frame. So this wire we can actually cancel out. This is one of the circuits I removed from. Yeah, that's definitely it. Tie wrapped it to this. What shoddy work. Unbelievable. This wire will go away eventually too. Alright, it's not ideal, but it'll get the job done for now. Because eventually all of these wires are going to be rerun. So we'll deal with that problem then and rearrange it at that time. I don't see any droppings on this piece either, so we'll just put it back for now. Okay, so now we should be able to pick up those bags, have little to no mess left behind, put everything back on the shelf, and then I can chip away at this project bit by bit in the evenings. Yeah, everything's pretty much clean under there. Not bad. There's an outlet here. It's a good one. It's not stupid tamper resistant either. was definitely something else that went up there. Oh, that's what it was. It was the base of that computer, which I just moved over from there to there. Okay. Well, that should be done now. All copacetic. Just clean up the floor now. Do some vacuuming. And that's it. So we have successfully run both cords. And now I can work on the outlets some other day.